complex numbers, given that x is equal to 5 plus 6i is one of the roots of the equation, minus 4x squared plus kx minus 244 equal to 0. Find the other root and the value of k. So we already know one of the roots, which is x is a complex root, 5 plus 6i. And when we have quadratic equation and we know one of the root is a complex root, the other is a conjugate complex root. And now the conjugate the complex of 5 plus 6i is a 5 minus 6i. And we already know this roots came as a product of the factors x minus 5 minus 6i, and came as a other factor is x, because if we are subtracting both sides with a minus 5 plus 6i, we get a minus 5 plus 6i. The same thing we can get in other of them. If we are solving for, if we are equating one side with a 0, we get the factors. And here is a 0. And now we are distributing here in these factors, and we can get the original equation, what it was before. So first of all, we are distributing with the x, so I'm going in the long process. X times x is a x squared, and x times minus 5 is a minus 5x, and x times 6i is a minus x times 6i. So now let me go with a different color. I'm going with the second term, with a minus 5 times x is minus 5x, and minus 5 times minus 5 is a plus 25. And negative 5 times 6i is a negative 30i. And I'm going with a different color, and I'm going with the sixth term. Minus 6i times x is a minus 6ix. And a negative times negative here is a positive, and 5 times 6 is a 30i. And I'm going with the last term. Minus 6i times minus 6i is a minus 36i squared. And this I squared here is equal with a minus 1. So this I squared, just this I squared is a minus 1. So let's see what we can simplify now. Minus 6i here, what I have here. In fact, this was a plus, because x times plus 6i is, it was a mistake, is a plus 6i, x 6i. And this is a plus x 6i with the minus x xi is going to cancel. And the other what we cancel here, minus 30i and plus 30i. So what remaining here, remaining just a real part of the complex number. And we have here x squared, and minus 5x is a minus 10x. And the other thing what I have here is a minus 36i, but I squared is equal to minus 1. Minus 1 times minus 36 is a plus 36. And the other we have a 25, plus 25. And just let me rearrange this a little bit better, because we have just to simplify further, because 36 plus 25 is a plus 61. And everything here is equal to 0. And this is equal to 0. So this is equation. But now I want to make like an original equation. We already know is this equation here. Minus 4x squared plus kx minus 244 equal to 0. And we want to find the k here. Okay, k we don't know. But what we know here, original equation was the leading coefficient minus 4. But because they simplified everything here, to find the solution, they divided by negative 4 whole equation. So in this process here, I am going to multiply by minus 4 and to get the original equation, what it was before. If we are multiplying by minus 4, it's going to get minus 4x squared, negative times negative is a plus 40x, and this one here, 61, negative times positive is negative, 4 times 1 is a 4, and 4 times 6 is 24. And this is equal to 0. So we already came to the original equation, which happens to be, but we don't know just what we don't know in original equation. What we have here, we don't know the coefficient k. But this is the original equation. So is a minus x squared. So the original equation, let's compare. Minus 4x squared plus kx, this is what it is, minus 244 is equal with 0. And we are looking here k is equal with 40. So k is equal with the 40. And the other factor, what we saw here, x is equal with 5 minus 6i. So we already found those two. And if you look in here, which one is the right equation? So k is the 40. So let me go here. So k is equal with the 40, we already found. And we found the x is equal with 5 minus 6i. And the best solution here, the best choice of the solution that satisfies all reasoning is answer A. So this is the right answer.